Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jayorata Mahatava Kunja Vihari Jayorata Jai Kobichanavana Girivaradari Jai Kobichanavana Girivaradari Yashodanandana Prajajanananjana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Prajajanananjana Yashodanandana Prajajanananjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jayorata Madhava Kunja Vihari Jayorata Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai Jaya, Gauranitai Jaya, Gauranitai Jaya, Gauranitai Jaya. Jaya Jagannath, Jagannath Jaya, Varade Jaya Subhaja Jaya Jagannath, Jagannath Jaya. Jaya Rukmini Dogadish, Rukmini Dogadish, Rukmini Dogadish, Rukmini Dogadish. Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Om Vishnu Padapanamahamsa Parirachakcharya Ashtodara Satta Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON Founder Acharya His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pada Pranamahamsa Parirachakcharya Ashtodara Satta Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasade Gola Bhakta Vinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Go Govinang Shama Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagnapuri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Chamuna Mai Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vinda Ki Jai. Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai. Transcendental Prasadam Distribution Ki Jai. Harirama Sankirtan Ki Jai. ISKCON New Twagadam Ki Jai. Nitai Gola Pramanandi Hari 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 Bo. All glories to the Sambodhi Bodhis. All glories to the Sambodhi Bodhis. Hare Krishna. All glories to the Sambodhi Bodhis. Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nanayana Namaskrityam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devin Saraswatim Vyasam Tattvachayam Uditrayet Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter A, prayers by Quinquenty and Parikshit saved. Today we are going to read text number 26. Jamashvarya Sutta Shribir Edamana Mada Pumam Naiva Hati Abitantum Vai Tvam Akinchana Gochanam Jamaishvarya Shruta Shribir Edamana Madapumam Naiva Hatya Bidantum Vai Tvamakinchana Gocharam Jamaishvarya Shruta Shribir Edamana Madampuma Naiva Hatyam Bidantum Vai Tvamakinchana Gocharam Jamaishvarya Shruta Shribir Edamana Madapumam Naiva Hatyam Bidantum Vai Tvamakinchana Gocharam. Yes, please. Jamaishvarya Shruta Shribir Edamana Madampumam Naiva Hatyam Bidantum Vai Tvamakinchana Gocharam Jamaishvarya Shruta Shribir Edamana Madampumam Naiva Hatya Bidantum Vai Tvamakinchana Gocharam Jamaishvarya Shruta Shribir Edamana Madampumam Naiva Hatyam Bidantum Vai Tvamakinchana Gocharam Jamaishvarya Shruta Shribir Edamana Madampumam Naiva Hatya Bidantum Vai Tvamakinchana Gocharam. Madajis. Jamaishvarya Shruta Shribir Edamana Madapumam Naiva Hatyam Bidantum Vai Tvamakinchana Gocharam Jamaishvarya Shruta Shribir Edamana Madapumam Naiva Hatya Bidantum Vai Tvamakinchana Gocharam Jamaishvarya Sutta Shribir Edamana Madampumam Naiva Hatyam Bidantum Vai Tvamakinchana Gocharam Jamaishvarya Sutta Shribir Edamana Madampumam Naiva Hatya Bidantum Vai Tvamakinchana Gocharam Jama birth Aishvarya opulence Shruta education Shribir by the possession of beauty Edamana progressively increasing Madaha intoxication Pumam the human being Na never Eva ever Ahati deserves habitatum to address in feeling. Why? Certainly. Tvam, you, akinchanakocharam, one who is approached easily by the materially exhausted man. Purport and translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. My Lord, your Lordship can easily be approached, but only by those who are materially exhausted. One who is on the path of material progress, trying to improve himself with respectable parentage, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty, cannot approach you with sincere feeling. Purport. Being materially advanced means taking birth in an aristocratic family and possessing great wealth, an education, and attractive personal beauty. All materialistic men are mad of possessing all these material opulences, and this is known as the advancement of material civilization. But the result is that by possessing all these material assets, one becomes artificially puffed up, intoxicated by such temporary possessions. Consequently, such materially puffed up persons are incapable of uttering the holy name of the Lord by addressing Him feelingly, O Govinda, O Krishna. It is said in the Shastra that by once uttering the holy name of the Lord, the sinner gets rid of a quantity of sins that he is unable to commit. Such is the power of uttering the holy name of the Lord. This is not the least exaggeration in this statement. Actually, the Lord's holy name has such powerful potency. But there is a quality to such utterances also. It depends on the quality of feeling. A helpless man can feelingly utter the holy name of the Lord, whereas a man who utters the same holy name in great material satisfaction cannot be so sincere. A materially puffed up person may utter the holy name of the Lord occasionally, but he is incapable of uttering the name in quality. Therefore, the four principles of material advancement, namely 1. High parentage, 2. Good health or good wealth, 3. High education, and 4. Attractive beauty, are, so to speak, disqualifications for progress on the path of spiritual advancement. The material covering of the pure spirit soul is an external feature, as much as fever is an external feature of the unhealthy body. The general process is to decrease the degree of the fever and not to aggravate it by maltreatment. Sometimes it is seen that spiritually advanced person may become materially impoverished. This is no discouragement. On the other hand, such impoverishment is a good sign as much as the falling of temperature is a good sign. The principle of life should be to decrease the degree of material intoxication, which leads one to be more and more illusioned about the aim of life. Grossly illusioned persons are quite unfit for entrance into the kingdom of God. Jai Maishvarya Shraddha Shibir Edamana Madam Pumam Naiva Hatyampi Tam Dumvai Tama Kinchana Gochana. Translation again. My Lord, your Lordship can easily be approached, but only by those who are materially exhausted. One who is on the path of material progress, trying to improve himself with respectable parentage, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty, cannot approach you with sincere feeling. Om Jnana Timinandasya Jnananjana Sarakaya Chaksu Uminitan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Avdare Smadi Tamal Krishna Goswami Dinamine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Avdare Simade Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachanine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Praschatade Shatanine. So there are many important points in the purport of Srila Prabhupada. First of all, Srila Prabhupada, he's one important point stuck in my mind. Srila Prabhupada, he was saying that it is said in the Shastra that by once uttering the holy name of the Lord, the sinner gets rid of the quantity of sins that he is unable to commit. Such is the power of uttering the holy name of the Lord. So that means the holy name of the Lord is extremely very powerful. It reminds me the story of Ajamil in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So let us take a look of the life of Ajamil. It is said in the 6th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhupada, he was writing that Ajamil was a resident of Kanyakupja, the modern Kannauj. Yeah. He was trained by his parents to become a perfect Brahmana by studying the Vedas and following the regulatory principles. But because of his past, this useful Brahmana was somehow attracted by a prostitute. And because of her association, he became most fallen and abandoned all regulatory principles. And then Prabhupada said, Ajamil begot in the womb of the prostitute 10 sons, the last of whom was called Narayan. So he named his last son Narayan. At the time of Ajamil's death, when the order carrier of Yamaraj, the Yamadutas, came to take him, he loudly called the name Narayan in fear, because he was attached to his youngest son. Thus, he remembered the original Narayan, Lord Vishnu. Interesting is, because Ajamil, he was so much attached to his youngest son, so in fear of the Yamadutas, he cried loudly the youngest son, Narayan. And Prabhupada, he was saying that thus he remembered the original Narayan, Lord Vishnu. Although he did not chant the holy name of Narayan completely offensively, it acted Nonetheless, as soon as he chanted the holy name of Narayan, the order carrier of Vishnu, the Vishnu Dutas, immediately appeared on the scene. Then a discussion issued between the order carrier of Vishnu and those of Yamaraj. And by hearing that discussion, Ajamil was liberated. He could then understand the bad effect of fruitive activities and could also understand how exalted is the process of devotional service. So actually, people are suffering in this material world. It is because of ignorance. Yeah. Because of ignorance, people are performing so many sinful activities. And because of that, people are suffering from the bad reactions of the sinful activities. And the only way to be free from this kind of suffering situation is to engage our senses and mind in the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Like the example of Ajamil. Actually, like it is said in the Sri Shikshastaka, Lord Chaitanya was saying, Nadanam Najanan Nasundarim Kavitam va Jagadisha Kama ye Mama Jamani Jamani Ishvale Bhavata Bhakti Ahai Tuki Twai. Lord Chaitanya, he was saying that one should chant the holy name of the Lord. Oh my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings. And as you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh my Lord, out of kindness, you have enabled us to easily approach you by chanting your holy names. But I'm so unfortunate that I have no attractions for them. It's clearly said here that Krishna has invested all his transcendental energies in his holy name. So it reminds me a couple of months ago, Amanda Bhakt Maharaj, he was giving a lecture. Maharaj was saying that if the materialistic scientists can put so much energy in a football-sized atomic bomb, why not the Lord could put his, an atomic bomb is really very powerful, lots of energy there. If an atomic bomb thrown in one city, then the whole city will be destroyed. So much energy in the atomic bomb. So if the materialistic scientists, they can put so much energy in the atomic bomb, why not Lord Krishna put all his energy, all the transcendental energy in his holy name? Yeah. Just like a big banyan tree starts from a very tiny seed. So, Krishna put such a big banyan tree in such a small seed. So similarly, Lord Krishna can put all his transcendental energy in his holy name. Actually, but right now, because we are so much covered by the material energy, we cannot access to that, power yet. But as we slowly purify from the material contamination, then we can slowly realize, actually, first of all, we can realize actually in the holy name of the Lord, it is included Krishna's form, transcendental form. And then, as we continue advance in our spiritual practice, then we can realize Krishna's qualities, transcendental qualities in the holy name of the Lord also. And then as we still advanced, then we can realize actually there is Krishna's transcendental pastime in the holy name of Lord too. So actually in Krishna's holy name, including everything. Yeah. We just need to be purified enough to get access, to this, wonderful qualities of the Lord. Yeah. It is also, there's another interesting point in Prabhupada's purport. Actually, it's very important purport also. Where Srila Prabhupada, he said that sometimes it is seen that spiritually advanced person become materially impoverished. It reminds me the story of a Brahmana whose name is Sudama Vipra Brahmana in the Krishna's book. I would like to share a little bit with everyone. Let's take a look. How poor is this Sudama Vipra? Prabhupada said here, although the Brahmana friend Sudama of Lord Krishna was a householder, he was not busy accumulating wealth for very comfortable living. Therefore, he was satisfied by the income which automatically came to him according to his destiny. This is the sign of perfect knowledge. This is the sign of perfect knowledge. A man in perfect knowledge knows that one cannot be happier than he is destined to be. In this material world, everyone is destined to suffer a certain amount of distress and enjoy a certain amount of happiness. The amount of happiness and distress is already predestined for every living entity. No one can increase or decrease happiness of the materialistic way of life. Sudama Vipra, therefore, did not exert himself for more material happiness. Instead, he used his time for advancement of Krishna consciousness. Externally, he appeared very poor because he had no rich clothes, and he could not provide rich clothes for his wife. Because their material condition was not very opulent, they were not even eating sufficiently. And as both he and his wife appeared very thin, they are very skinny. And then we all know that on the request of his wife, Sudama Vipra went to Dwarka and had the darshan of Lord Krishna. And Lord Krishna received him very nicely. But one point really attracts attracts my mind is all the ladies who were working at the palace of Lord Krishna. They were really astonished to see the behavior of Lord Krishna in receiving Sudama Vipra. Let's take a look of why they are astonished. Let's take a look. Sudama Vipra, being very poor, was not dressed nicely. His clothes was torn and dirty, and his body was very lean and thin. He appeared not very clean, and because of his weak body, his form was distinctly visible. The goddess of fortune, Rukmini Devi, personally began to fan him with the Chamana fan, but the other women in the palace, the ladies in the palace, were astonished at Lord Krishna's behavior in receiving the Brahmana in that way. First of all, Lord Krishna seated Sudama Vipra Brahmana on his bedstead, and then washed his lotus feet, and then after washing his lotus feet and sprinkled that water on his head also, and then embracing him and offered him many palatable foodstuffs. And then Lord Krishna engaged very nice friendly talk with Sudama Vipra. So on seeing even Rukmini Devi, she was finding Sudama Vipra with the Chamana fan. So seeing all this, all the ladies in the palace, they were very astonished. They were surprised to see how eager Lord Krishna was to welcome this particular Brahmana. They wondered how Lord Krishna could personally receive a Brahmana who was poor, not very neat or clean, and poorly dressed. But at the same time, they could realize that the Brahmana was not an ordinary living being. They knew that he must have performed great pious activities. Otherwise, why was Lord Krishna, the husband of the goddess of fortune, taking care of him so much? They were still more surprised to see that the Brahmana was seated on the bedstead of Lord Krishna. They were especially surprised to see that Lord Krishna had embraced him exactly as he embraced his elder brother Balaramji, because Lord Krishna used to embrace only Rukmini or Balaram and no one else. So that's why Srila Prabhu, he was saying here in the purport that sometimes it is seen that spiritually advanced person become materially impoverished. So in other words, it's not a bad thing to become materially impoverished. Yeah. So that's all I want to say. Are there any questions and answers? Yes, Prabhu. Just wait for the microphone, huh? Yeah. It takes time. Please go ahead, Prabhu. I will just, yeah. Right. Right.
Just like it takes years, I guess. I don't know how many years, but I'm sure it takes years for that little seed of the banyan tree to become the big banyan tree. So can we expect the same thing in our chanting?
Definitely, it takes time to be purified from all material contaminations. It will take time. But like Srila Prabhupada said, if we can purely chant the holy name, even once, if we can chant purely Krishna's holy name, then you will be in Krishna Loka. But we have to chant the holy name without any offense. That means we have to chant purely. But until we get that point, that will take some time. That's why anatta nivriti, this clearing stage, is a very long time, takes long time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Oh, Maharaj have something to say. Yeah. Yes, microphone is there. Yeah, it's coming, Maharaj.
First of all, thank you very nice for a very illuminating, colorful class with nice examples and explanations to cover it so that we could fully understand it. What I wanted to mention in regard to the story that you gave of Sudama Brahman, and it's a bit fascinating and ironic at the same time. His wife had asked him to please go to Dwarka and go and meet with your friend Krishna. He has so much money, he has so much wealth, so much power. Surely he'll give you just a little bit from just old remembrances, friendship, and then you can come back and we don't have to live in such a troublesome, trialsome way. No, hardly any food, hardly any clothing, hardly anything. So Sudama didn't want to go initially. He felt that
right.
the inner pleasure, the inner joy, the inner satisfaction, what we call the spiritual fulfillment, that was worth more than any money, and it was worth even suffering a little physically for. He felt that, so what if I'm a little hungry? So what if my clothes are threadbare? He says, it's what I'm getting inwardly certainly is worth it 1,000,000 times over. So that was a wonderful realization. Now what happened is when he finally went to Dwarka and Krishna welcomed him and did all the things that you so nicely and clearly described, and then he stayed overnight there. So he was supposed to ask Krishna for some wealth. He wanted to, that was the purpose of going there.
Right.
But he became so overwhelmed with the ecstasy, with the peacefulness, with the joyfulness, with the happiness of Krishna's association, that he totally forgot about it. Right. Because again, it had no value, it had no importance next to what he was receiving from Krishna as pure love of God. He was feeling that love. So when he was walking on the road coming back, and he was thinking, I forgot to even ask him, but what difference does it make? I feel so happy, I feel so satisfied, but my wife, she probably won't be very happy because I don't have any more wealth now on the road going back to my home than I did when I left. So again, the irony of the whole thing was when he finally reached his home, he couldn't identify it. Right. because it had turned into a gigantic palace with beautiful parkways and beautiful roadways and swans and ponds and all of this. He didn't know where he was. He thought he lost his way. So then it all came to him that when he had been with Krishna, and he had a little package of chipped rice under his armpit, and he didn't want to give it to him because he felt it was unworthy to give Krishna such a cheap, such an insignificant offering. But Krishna does not care about the wealth of it or the price of it. He cares about the devotion with which it was carried by Sudama. So he grabbed it out of it and then he began to eat it. So he took the first mouthful, and Lakshmi Devi, her eyes kind of opened up. She didn't like the idea that Krishna would eat something so cheap and such insignificant. And then Krishna wanted to take another bite, and she pushed his hand away. She said, "This Brahman has earned more wealth than I can ever even supply him now."
Right,
So therefore, what happened was that was the result of the offering and the mood, the attitude, the understanding, the affection that Sudama Brahman had, which Krishna valued more than anything else. Even if he had given him the best mango in the world, that didn't mean anything. It was the love with which he carried that rice, and the love that he carried in his heart, just for the idea that he was going to be with his friend Krishna. So this is something we can learn from that the most important thing is not the external aspect, but what is in our heart when we offer it to Krishna. And if we have nothing in our heart when we offer it to Krishna, we should not expect that Krishna will be very pleased and ready to reciprocate.
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for your wonderful insight. Thank you. Jai. Gantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shira Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Bhaktavinda ki jai.